today we tackle a double page. So I am not a big double page layout person anymore. I used to be a huge double page layout person. I went and looked at some of my original scrapbooks, and what I was surprised to find is how many of those were filled with double page layouts. It's like I used to be always doing double pages with lots of photos and different sets of embellishments. And somehow in the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years, I've changed over to almost solely a single page layout person. So this was really interesting for me to kind of go back to my roots or the beginning of scrapbooking. So I am using the new Vicky Bouton mixed media pad that came out this summer. It had a collection of all of her different kind of collections. It was a collection of pages from multiple collections, papers from different collections. And I am using the blue ledger paper, kind of a green tone on tone pattern, and this really cool kind of font print pattern with like the ink splatters on it. And I'm going to be scrapbooking a layout about when John and I went to the elephant expedition art installation in Newport, Rhode Island. It is a collection from India of wood carvings. It's kind of wood all woven together to make elephants. And it's a collection of different elephants that were made in India, and they are kind of touring the country. And then you can buy them at the end of the day, at the end of the expedition for thousands of dollars if you would like an elephant in your yard. And don't think I wasn't tempted to take every dollar I have and buy an elephant. But John said no. So here are a couple of the pictures, and I am going to apologize. My camera really doesn't go up high enough to catch an entire 24 inches horizontal. So instead, what you're going to see is kind of a little bit of an angle. So this is the base of the page. I struggled for a very long time to find craft cardstock. I swore I had craft cardstock. All I found was this old coordinations paper. For those of you that are have been around long enough, you remember, I think it was some of the original Tim Holtz, but it's definitely like a Ranger's product where you could use there's a color on the back, and if you sanded it, it would have a brown or a craft core, and you sanded the paper to kind of get a cool look of your paper. Well, that is what this brown is. It is my old coordinations cardstock, and I had a couple of different versions of it where it was brown on the back so I could use it. John took a panoramic photo with his iPhone of all of the elephants out in the yard. And I wanted to utilize that photo, but I knew by using that photo, I was going to take up basically a whole page. So that was a good way to handle doing a two-page layout. This particular photo is it's 10 inches long, I believe, and 2 inches tall. And then I used two of the other horizontal photos, and then I'm pairing it on the other side with three photos. So these are just different photos in different sizes. There was a Pinterest sketch that I kind of took inspiration from, but I went so off of the rails, it's not even worth sending it to you. But if you love how this turns out, you can scrap lift what I've done. I will try to find the Pinterest, but I don't even know if I can find it anymore. But it was basically a layout that had the two tags or the two fishtail banners going across with photos on both sides. After I backed all of the photos with the craft cardstock, you're going to see that I'm just kind of putting them together to make two different grid patterns, one on each side. Now, this is a fun way to do when you don't have photos that are all the same size. So my photos are two of them are the same size. The two elephants on the left, then the two vertical pictures on the right are the same size, and then the other two photos are obviously not the same size as the others. So what I'm doing is being able to create two blocks of photos, one on the left and one on the right, that kind of anchor the page, even though the photos are not all the same size. So you don't have to have matchy matchy when you do a double page layout. It can just have the same theme. And in fact, because I have the fishtail banners, I am not even having an entire, layout go across the page, but I'm stopping it on the right hand side with the fishtail. Um, Actually, what I'm doing now is replacing the tape in my tape runner. For those of you that have the pink ATG gun that I love with every fiber of my being, and I replace the tape. It is always running out at the most inopportune time. You'll also see on my tape runner here my elephants. I am a person that has donated to Ivory Ella, and since we're talking about elephants today, we'll just do a little side note on that. Ivoriella is a clothing store that has the elephant on the back of it. So you have a kind of like the whale or some of the other lizards, clothing. But this particular clothing company gives money to African elephant um, rehabilitation and different places that help elephants. So it's one of those things that I have always donated to and kind of believed in. So elephants are a big deal for me. Somebody asked me once my spirit animal was, and I said elephant. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but I just love them. So when I found out this exhibit was going to be in Newport, actually, my older daughter, Katie, had gone to it first, and she took some pictures. And I told John, I just want to find a weekend where we can go to Newport and see the elephants. So it worked out perfectly. I am inking all of the edges of this craft cardstock, and we are seeing how that also brings it together. So I inked the edges of the blue and the green paper. I'm inking the edges of the craft cardstock. So I'm kind of giving it all a cohesive look. And really at this point we've used, you know, 6 pieces of paper here, but it all kind of looks like it goes together. In theory, all of them were for different collections too, because if you remember, those two, the blue and the green, were not from originally from the same collection of Vicky Boutin, but they just go together. That is one of the things I love about the different designers. They tend to have collections that go together well, so you can mix and match. I also didn't have a lot of embellishments that I loved that would go with this. I have some really cute elephants. I actually have some doodle pop elephants, and this picture, however, were not doodle pop friendly. I didn't think that would kind of go with the theme that I was going for. So what I decided to do is make my own embellishments. So I got some old Stampin' Up! Punches, the circle punch and the floral punch, and I'm just going to make my own flowers. That I think will create kind of a good set of embellishments on a couple places around the page, and it's super easy to do. If you have one of these old floral punches, mine happens to be Stampin' Up! You can also just use a circle that is has a design on it, a scallop circle, and then a circle punch. You can make your own floral elements. You can actually do it with just multiple sizes of circles. A lot of people will take one big circle. They will distress the edges of it to kind of give it a crinkly feel, and then put another circle in the middle. That also creates a floral. I'm using the craft cardstock here with the different colors for the centers of the circles, and I absolutely adore how simplistic and yet complete that makes the page look. I know we talk about it on a lot of my videos, but I'm a big fan of getting your stuff out. Get out your punches that you haven't used in a while. Get out your metal dies. Get out your inks. Get out your stamps. Use the things you haven't used in a while, and you will remember why you bought them in the first place. Or you will say, I don't, this is not really for me, and you can donate it to somebody that will use it, and then you've got more room, more space, and we're not just having things sit around. I did get out, I think this was Storyteller. I believe it's one of my Vicky Boutin stash kind of stickers. I have the old thickers from Vicky Boutin. And I'm going to use that to make the title and add some kind of last minute embellishments on here. I don't do a lot else to this page, but I was really struggling with what did I want the title to be. And I ended up coming up with This Day Captured. So I used some of the different words from this. And the big thing is, I really wanted captured. I just loved that. And I also wanted the different fonts. For some reason, this page seemed to scream to me the different fonts. So I made it fit over on the right hand side, kind of tucked into the fishtails. It was a perfect kind of fit over there. And then I'm looking at what else can I add to the page. And I'm just going to end up adding a few other pieces and parts from this sticker sheet. I hope you are enjoying Scraptember. I hope you're enjoying watching these kind of pages come together. I found it's very interesting because it's been a lot of different pages for me. It's not been one consistent theme or one consistent collection. I'm doing different things at different times. I'm also, full disclosure, jumping around, so I'm not doing these in order. I'm filming them as the mood strikes me. So this is day 4. It's probably the 10th video I've actually recorded. So I've done some of the later ones earlier. So that's been kind of fun. So I'm seeing like putting all these videos together, but using different collections. I'm on a Vicky Booten kick right now. I think this is like the third or fourth page I've made with Vicky Booten, and typically I've kind of let her stuff sit in the drawer for a while. So it's been a lot of fun to pull that out. Just like the punches, pulling out collections that I'm not used to using or haven't used in a while has been fun. Um, I have an issue with two-page layouts in that I like to kind of have a title on both pages just in case. So I did put Weekend Getaway from the vellum sticker sheet over there. I didn't love it, but it stuck down. So we're going to keep it there and that's going to stay. I go through some of the other stickers here from the sticker pad, and I don't think I end up finding anything that has to go on. There's a lot of stickers in my Vicky Booten kind of collection. I have a lot of like all the old collections. This, I believe, is a washi tape that I find that I put on, and I think I wanted to put it on both pages and it just didn't work. It says going places. It just doesn't work on the right hand side. I also have this sunflower. You're going to see that sunflower right there, and I really want to include that, the card. So I'm going to fussy cut out that sunflower and put it on the page to add another floral element. It goes with the ones I've already cut out, which is fun. So it kind of is just a little bit different than the ones I punched out, but it adds just a little bit of color. Don't be afraid to mix textures and mix colors and do some fussy cutting and some punching and just bring things together. As I was saying, I've really enjoyed Scraptember. I know you're only seeing day 4. This is probably the 10th layout that I've done at this point, and it has been a lot of fun. I really challenge you if you're watching this either from the Scraptember uh, channel, the playlist, and you've never followed me before. I'm really close to 400 subscribers as I'm recording this, and I would love to get to 400 with Scraptember. So please go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will put a video out for 31 days. I am going to do it. I'm pretty excited about it, but I hope you're going to do it too. So I hope every day you're watching one of these Scraptember videos, whether it's in September of 2024 or whether it's in September of 2025 or some other time, you take the time to get your stuff out and make a page. Today it was a 2-page layout. Tomorrow it will be a school themed layout, I believe. No, tomorrow's fussy cutting. So tomorrow will be fussy cutting and then school. There's lots of different layouts, and you'll find something that inspires you, hopefully, in the next 31 days. Um, Thank you for watching. Here is a close up. Oh no, first I'm going to splatter. First I'm going to splatter. So I'm splattering with some mica mist, but then here's going to be a close up of my page. I will come back to you tomorrow with fussy cutting and I believe another Vicky Booten collection. So have a great day and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.